American Pharoah, they were really talking about him back at the farm before they sent him to me. The way he moved, just long stride, fast, and so you could tell right there that he had some kind of potential. He's cut like a great athlete. He doesn't have an ounce of fat on him. His stride is the most fluid, efficient stride I've ever seen in a horse. He just moves. He probably jumped 2.5 feet further than any other horse, so he has that, and he's quick.
Were you confident going into the Kentucky Derby?
I was pretty nervous there because the Derby was probably it wasn't one of his better races.
Coming to the finish, American Pharoah and Victor Espinosa have won the Kentucky Derby!
But we were lucky to get through that race. And then we went to the Preakness. I thought he was doing well. I didn't do much with him. And it rained. A storm came in there. He broke, he took the lead, and he just galloped around there. It was easy for him.
And American Pharoah and Victor Espinosa have won the Preakness over Tail.
And going to the Belmont, he was working really well. You know, he put him on the lead, and once he got in that, around the first turn, I just knew that this, you know, it's his race to lose. He shouldn't lose.
And here it is. The 37-year wait is over. American Pharoah is finally the one. American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown.
I didn't even root for the horse. I'm just like watching this, and my wife is shaking, and she's crying. Everybody's crying, and it was pretty emotional for me.
Did you think the Triple Crown could be won in your lifetime after you'd failed with 3 and seen so many fall by the wayside?
After going through it 3 times and getting beat a nose, I really thought, how could I get another chance? It's too difficult. And every time I left there, I always had so much more respect for those 11 horses that had done it before. My mother was always telling me, you know, you're going to win it. You're going to win it someday. Don't give up. And, you know, it's easy for somebody to say that, but it was missing. It was the only thing that was really missing in my career, that the Triple Crown.
He did it! American Pharoah has ended the 37-year drought.
When I first got into business, Charlie Whittingham, one of the greatest trainers, and when he was getting older, I asked him, who's the best horse that he ever saw run? Just thought of, and believe it or not, he said Farlap when he brought him to Tijuana to run. And I saw the movie. I think it's one of the greatest movies, but, you know, you think back of, you know, the Farlaps of the world, the Freaky, you know, you think
like Caviar recently in Australia has done so much for racing.
Yeah, and you have that, and Caviar, I followed her. I mean, I was a big fan. I made sure, you know, when she was going, I watched all her races, and I've always thought, well, you know, what would it be like if, you know, if you had a horse like that? And that's why I've tried to share them with as many people as possible. And the thing about American Pharoah is not only is he a great horse, but he's probably the kindest, sweetest horse you've ever been around.
America has fallen in love with this horse.
He made a lot of people feel really good that day. And I hear that a lot from people that are non-racing fans. You know, they come up to me and say, you know, that horse really made us feel so good about ourselves.
How important is it to you that he wins the Breeders' Cup?
I think he's already showed us what a great horse he is. And now it's just a matter of just enjoying him and watching him. And when I take him places, he's like, it's like bringing the Beatles into town.
He's a rock star here.
Super rock star. So I'm in charge of him. So I have to make sure that, when I do send him up there that, you know, he's hitting on all cylinders, he's happy, he's got to be completely 100%.
Is the Breeders' Cup his last run?
The Breeders' Cup will be his last run. Yeah, definitely. So I hope to make it to Australia. My 10-year-old son, after we won the Belmont, said, Dad, you've won everything but the Melbourne Cup. You need to win the Melbourne Cup. So maybe someday I can find a horse that can, have to find a horse to run that far. I have to buy myself a pair of binoculars, you know, so.